All right, all right, all right. What is up, YouTube? What is going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up? The catch. Fam, you guys already know what time it is, man. Week 17 fantasy Q&A. We got Steven in the building. What's going on, man?
Just shaking and baking, brother. Shaking and baking. Wasn't too successful on the waivers ahead of the third place division title, but you gotta hit, stand fast, right? Stand fast with the people that are on my roster right now.
I've got a tough matchup in this little toilet bowl here, man.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm a little worried about this toilet bowl matchup, bro.
As
Not
you
gonna
should
lie.
be, as you should be. It holds a lot of merit now. It holds a lot of merit.
It does, dude. I want my, half my deposit back. I do. It's a
I man, every time I think about the how this is going to shake out with everybody talking about money next year, it stresses me. And I don't know if you saw Ben's league or Ben's team, but he still is not putting anybody in his lineup because he's so butthurt.
really no. I
Classic.
thought he was just messing with his opponent.
Now this is the second straight week he hasn't put anybody in after losing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, all right, interesting. So I didn't realize this is kind of nice for week 17. Primary championship week for fantasy football. There's no Thursday night football tomorrow.
Yeah, that was kind of weird too. Like usually every time I would look at my lineup, think about, all right, who do I need to figure out,
Yeah,
ahead of Thursday? I was like, all right, nobody's there. Then I looked around elsewhere and I was like, okay, what the hell's going on here? But yeah, that's just kind of one of those weird quirks where, you know, kind of those last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, the schedule
yeah,
just changes drastically.
yeah. It's kind of switches from Thursday to Saturday, and yeah, it happens every year, and I always forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, you know. So listen, we got some big games this weekend.
We do.
Outside of fantasy, we got big games. Okay, you got Eagles and Washington. Playoff implications for both these teams. Washington still technically in the
It
playoffs.
is.
I believe if they lose, they're out. Believe if they lose, they're out. The
Yeah, and I
Eagles.
mean those next two games they're gonna be tough ones too.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're going to get in my humble opinion. But Chiefs Bengals. It's a
Yeah.
good game. I mean, do we even need to really speak on it? It's a good game.
I will say that I have a lot of conviction in guys like Higgins, Jamar Chase, obviously Joe Mixon. Um, Burrow's there too, but we've seen it all year. We can almost predict it to a dime that these type of matchups where there's so much of a high upside with these fantasy guys, it just ends up disappointing. This is the highest over under, so I would expect this to be a fun one, but I'm a little concerned that this defense of the Kansas City Chiefs might be that for real. That they might be here to shut that shit down and win that game pretty handedly.
Yeah, I could see it going that way, but I also feel like there's definitely two ways this game can go. A is you start everyone on both these offenses and you feel really good at the end of the week. Or B, it turns into a defensive game. Like there's no in between. Uh, but I lean towards A. I do.
Yeah.
I do. But it could be a little bit of a trap, Rams Ravens, big game. Playoff implications either way here. Lots of fantasy implications as well.
The Ravens are kind of in a quandary currently today, Lamar Jackson is still questionable ahead of this weekend. And the Ravens are now like in a real issue because it's like, do we force Lamar back into the lineup, right? And risk him being injured again, which is going to hurt, maybe next season. Hopefully not. But also, if they make the playoffs, they want him fully healthy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, like they got to start winning. They got to start winning now. Like these are must win games for them going forward.
Yeah.
Which is why the AFC North is just so fun right now. I mean, so fun.
Yeah. The Rams can still take that division as well. So it's a big game. So this is how this weekend goes. We have big games, and then we have not like games that just do not matter that are going to be one sided. Okay, so Bucks Jets. Okay, let's move on. Dolphins and Titans. That's a really big game. This is big for the playoffs right here.
Dude, I got so many questions on defenses at large and Dolphins were all over those comments. I mean, just like people wanting to hang on to them or people wanting to, explore other options and have to pivot off of them. And it's like, dude, this is gonna be like a game where I don't know, man. I think this Titans offense is gonna get really hot with
Yeah.
AJ Brown back in action. And this was that team all season that we were like, if they can get hot at the right time, they could be very dangerous in the playoffs. And what's going to happen again is that they could get Derrick Henry back like first game of the playoffs, have AJ Brown fully action. I mean, this Titans team, which is now, I mean, I don't even know what the odds are for the Super Bowl. This could be a serious contender just again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. Them Dolphins are a little sneaky out there too. My guy Tua time, man. Jags Patriots. Like I said, it's either lots of implications or one sided.
Yeah.
Raiders Colts. That's a big
Oh,
game.
yeah. Honestly, man, I have been throughout the week, right? Once you told me about Carson, you were the one who broke the news to me about Carson, actually. Uh, I just went straight to the sadness, brother. I was like, are we going to be able to beat this Raiders team? Because this Raiders team has grit, dude. They have some grit. They are in the
There's,
playoff mix. They're in the
yeah, yeah.
playoff mix. I don't
I
know, man. They're banged up.
I think Carson will play though. I think you're fine.
What about the defense, though? We're losing pieces there, too. I mean, Leonard
Yeah,
not
sure.
being there is going to hurt us for sure. Kari
Yeah, it
Willis,
hurts.
we'll see if he ends up playing. But, Hunter Renfro is going to be able to work a little bit. I still like Kenny Moore's matchup on him. But the Raiders and Derek Carr, they are going to have the chance to get it done against us.
I don't disagree, but JT's got the Raiders run defense too.
I get that.
So
Yeah.
there's positives too.
And
Yeah.
then, unfortunately for us, the following week, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, there you go. Giants Bears, not necessarily a one-sided game, but just a game that literally does not matter
Yeah.
anywhere whatsoever.
It's a gross game. That's a gross game.
Yeah. Justin Fields, could do some things in this game. And if he
Maybe.
plays.
Does he get the job over Nick Foles after that
Yeah.
win?
Yeah, shout out Nick Foles. Falcons Bills is a big game. The Falcons are in the playoff mix. The Bills can't really afford to lose this game, even
Yeah.
after taking the division last week. I mean, I do think that the Bills are exponentially better than the Falcons, but hey, we've seen the Bills have some weird performances this season. So, listen, I don't think the Falcons are going to win, but I'm just saying it's a big game.
I don't think they're gonna win, and I think from a fantasy perspective, what's an interesting question is Cordero Patterson's value, right? The Bills have been god awful against the run, right? But Cordero Patterson recently hasn't been fantastic either. I mean, he hasn't been the guy that we had, in the first, half or the 3 quarters of the season. So you're kind of put in a spot where it's like, do you hang on to a dude who got it done for you to get you this far, or do you pivot from a guy like Cordero Patterson? I don't know how you feel on it. I do still think he's going to be a good play this week, but I don't see him as like a top 12, top 15 read.
Not necessarily. He's definitely, I mean, single digit, points in the last 2 weeks has been not fun, but he's just been one of those players you really can't afford to bench because his floor has been so consistent. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying at the same time. It's a tough call. It depends on who you have, of course. Texans Niners. It's a big game because the Niners need this win to stay in the mix, and the Texans enjoy trying to win sometimes. Yeah. Broncos Chargers. The Broncos 7-8 have to win this game. The Chargers, well, I guess if the Chargers lose out, they don't have to, but they need to win regardless, right? To some degree. So, and the Chargers are 8-7. So this is probably a bigger game for the Chargers, but realistically, it's just as big for the Broncos.
Do you believe in this Chargers team?
No.
Like in the playoffs, do you believe in them against any of the AFC teams that I was talking
about? Well, it's crazy because early in the season they beat the Chiefs and they looked like the best team in the NFL.
But kind of part of that is just that they're probably the most inconsistent team in the AFC. Maybe the most inconsistent, either high ceiling, boom bust type of team. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I believe in the offense, but I don't believe in this defense at all.
How too? I mean, they have so many great pieces. Like, how are
You
they
know,
this bad?
they never seem to be able to put that defense together down there, over there,
Jeez.
wherever they are. They've allowed 21 points in 11 straight games, so tied for the longest streak in their team history.
Yeah.
Cardinals Cowboys, huge game, big game.
Yeah. That's going to be a
Cardinals,
fun one.
yeah, it's probably gonna be. I think it's the best game of the week, man.
A lot of
Yeah,
people fading Kyler. A lot of
yeah,
people fading Kyler.
yeah.
I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, you look at Kyler this week. This is going to be a game where he has got to win it, right? We see this amongst the elite quarterbacks. We see it where the guy comes out and he wins the matchup by himself. I was talking to Tyler, our friend who is a Arizona Cardinals fan, and you look at these receivers, you look at the options they have on this offense. You need to be able, even though he's only a couple years into the league, you need to be able to elevate a guy like an AJ Green. You need to be able to elevate a guy like Rondale Moore to make you competitive in any matchup if you're without your guy like a DeAndre Hopkins or without your James Conner, right? And speaking of James Conner, I know that's your boy, but can we pin this down to anything over the past couple of weeks? More, I mean, James Conner being injured, I think that drastically impacted the Cardinals over the past few weeks and why they have really started to hit a slump.
Uh, I don't think from a fantasy perspective we can trust James Conner this week. Mm-mm.
But would you take that read? I mean, do you believe that James Conner is that important to this team to get it going?
Sure,
Because
sure.
that's where I'm at right now. Because it seems like Kyler single handedly can't do it, but when he's got a strong run game to at least alleviate a little bit of the pressure and to also allow him a little bit more of those reads where he can escape outside, it opens up this offense more because Cliff's play calling's not doing it. Kyler is clearly not able to read it correctly. So I don't know. It's frustrating. Every time I think about this Cardinals offense, I get frustrated.
They gotta get going, man. It's a big
They
game.
do. They do.
It's a big game. Panthers Saints. It's big for the Saints. In
Yeah.
order for them to stay in the playoff hunt, they got to beat the Panthers. I think they are very capable of doing so, depending on who plays quarterback, right? But they should have their
Yeah.
QB committee back. Lions Seahawks. This game has no effect on anything other than the Lions' potential draft pick where they draft from. Vikings Packers, big game. The Vikings need to win this game to stay in the playoff hunt. The Packers trying to do everything to avenge that last second Minnesota Vikings victory early in the season and to keep that number one seed in the NFC as well. So that's a huge game. Sunday Night Football, gonna be a good game. Browns and Steelers, Monday Night Football. The Browns 7-8, the Steelers 7-7-1. So that is a big game for that AFC North playoff push as well.
Mhm.
So a lot of good games. I mean, we
No,
got a couple bad games, but most of those games are very, very important, right?
yeah, and that's the one thing too that I love that NFL has done over the past couple of years is they've positioned it so that at the end of the season you've got these divisional matchups, you've got these primetime matchups where it's Arizona versus Dallas. Like they flex so many matchups and just stack it at the end to make it so competitive, so that there's less of an incentive for teams to just take off a whole week, right? Like even with the additional 1 week being taken out of the playoffs for like bye, like or an additional team being removed from having that bye week. I mean, I don't do you see any team resting their players this season? Maybe Green Bay. That's it.
It's probably the only team in position to do so.
Yeah, I gotta think. And I mean, it that speaks a lot to Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Man, I bet you having that week off is sweet too.
It probably is, but I mean,
Yeah.
what we've seen, it would be interesting to pull up the numbers and see like what the stats show, what the percentages show in terms of teams off a bye and teams straight up from wild card divisional to get it done. Because I think the
Yeah.
bye also hurts you unless you really need that rest to get your guys healthy.
I think in today's game, you need the rest more
Yeah,
than ever. I mean, these short weeks are getting out of hand, man.
they are. They
And
are.
they're trying to expand the season even longer. I mean, good for us. We get more fantasy talk, I
Yeah,
guess. But how can you make a game or a season past 18 games?
yeah. And I see
Yeah.
Spencer in the comments here talking about Green Bay's home field advantage. I mean, that dude, I don't know if there is a better competitive advantage than having that home field, Green Bay, Lambeau just rocking. I mean, we
Mhm.
saw Tom Brady and the refs steal that game from him last year in Lambeau, but I think if they get home field again, this team, I think you agree with me as well that the Packers are a damn favorite to win the whole chip.
I like Packers. I do.
Yeah,
I do. I think there's teams that can compete with them, but I do like them
yeah.
a lot. A lot. All right, let's hop into some roll call. Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you join the Catch fam, hit that sub button down below. Get in the live chat. Let us know what you guys need tonight. Let us know what you guys got in terms of questions, debate. Let us know what you guys ate for dinner, whatever you need. What's going on, Catch fam? Thank you guys for being here. Good to have you guys here. Mike Jones, start Joshua Palmer or Devontae Parker, or start Cole Beasley in the flex. You know who I'm kind of liking this week is Cole Beasley.
I knew you were going to bring up either Cole Beasley or Gabe Davis today. I just had a
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah, it's a
And
good matchup.
no, I don't disagree with you at all. I mean,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago when the Bills were getting prepped to play the Patriots, I thought about getting a guy like Davis for this matchup, right? And Cole Beasley even a more attractive
Gabe
option in my mind.
Davis.
Gabe Davis, yeah. But no, I mean, you got to exploit it here if you get the chance to. And I think the thing with Gabe Davis is he's going to not see Terrell, right? He's not going to see AJ Terrell.
I still think that Diggs can turn up either way, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would lean Cole Beasley to safe floor. Palmer with maybe a little bit more upside. Parker is a big risk because I mean the matchup's incredible. It's about as good of a matchup as you're going to get. But he got no targets last week.
Yeah.
So the week before he performed well, but Waddle wasn't out there. So I think Parker is too risky in the fantasy playoffs. He's extremely boomer bust. I see Beasley easy or safe floor, excuse me. Palmer, maybe a little bit nice upside, but I would trust Beasley. Face tinfoil, Devin Singletary is starting to break out and is getting really scary. What's up, Face?
Ooh,
Yeah, he looks good out there, man. And the
he's a
Bills need a run
talented
game.
running back, man. He is a talented running back.
So is Zach Moss. They just don't utilize running backs. They don't really necessarily need to, but think about if they did, you know?
Well, and that's what I'm saying too. Like when you think about a perfect combo of talent, I think Singletary is more of that, Swiss Army knife type of back who can hit you in a variety of ways. And Zach Moss is that smash mouth, like that lightning and thunder approach. But the the Bills just don't give a shit. They're just like, nah, we're just not gonna hand it off to him.
Let Allen do it, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's my guy. I've decided I'm going to wear this jersey
every day.
every day of the week. You know why? You know
But
why? Because in the Catch Fam toilet bowl, he was my quarterback.
oh, okay,
I
okay.
got
I
to get
like
Allen
that.
some
I
good
like that.
juju.
I like that.
I have not taken this off since you guys have last saw me. I've worn it all day.
Did you wear it
Yeah,
to sleep?
yeah, and to work and when I showered, everything.
Did you
Uh,
wear it into the shower?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
yeah.
Let's
I
really
gotta.
test the quality of the fabric on this.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta win this toilet bowl.
Do you see
Allen,
me? I'm a floating head with the black on black.
yeah, it's impressive green screen work you got there, man. Alan Smith. I have Tom Brady, Justin Herbert. I want to start Brady, but I'm concerned they will run the ball a ton. The wide receiver core for Tampa is banged up. Thanks. Yeah, this is a good point. Listen, I mean, I could definitely see this game being a game where Tampa Bay gets up early. I mean, how many of you guys really imagine the Jets make this competitive early? Do these things happen? Yes. Yes. But I just don't think it will. I don't. I think Rojo gets involved early. The run game gets going. It's safe to say Brady's ceiling is capped because the Jets are that bad, but it's also safe to say the Jets are that bad, so we should absolutely start Tom Brady because he's going to throw a lot of touchdowns. Uh, in
Let's
term,
go on the other side of that though,
yeah, yeah,
of that comparison. I mean, Justin Herbert. Can we say his ceiling is capped?
yeah, yeah. The Broncos, they're not a team that
They're a
likes.
difficult matchup. Let's leave it at that. Like
Sure, sure,
they're a tough unit on the defense side,
yeah.
and I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if you do. Is Teddy Bridgewater going to be back in action?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because that does hurt their offense, which is ultimately hurts their defense. But I still think this is tough for Justin Herbert. I mean, he struggled against Houston. Last time they played Denver, the offense was not able to really muster anything, right?
Mhm.
So, not a great matchup for either of these guys, but I kind of buy into that argument with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Jets. Like, I like AB, I like
Yeah.
Rojo, I like Gronk, but Tom, I'm not too sure about.
I think I still lean Tom Brady between the two.
Okay.
And I think because they're Brady and Herbert's floors are pretty similar this week, but I think Brady's going to present you with more upside. And if he has one of these days where he just starts slinging it around, you're going to feel really bad about sending him,
Yeah.
So I lean Brady here. Jerry, what's up, everyone? What's up, Jerry?
What is cracking, Jared?
I like the dark vibes we're going for. I'm going to turn off my lights too. Steven calling in from Alaska. Well, now he's not. Now he's not. Kels 22. Damian Harris or D Williams for Kansas City. I go Harris. I like Harris a lot this week.
Yeah, same. I mean, we're we were talking about it yesterday about how Damian Harris is just going to rip apart this Jags team. I'm recommending like everybody on the Pats. I feel like, I mean, Nick Folk's a smash play, the defense is a smash play. Harris is going to eat, bro. I mean, he is going to make a absolute mess of that unit.
Yeah, he looked great last week too.
Yeah.
So, Spencer, yo, what's up, Spence? Steven shutting the lights off. Jerry, I've been optimistic, but I'm getting clapped next week. Jerry, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Good little championship matchup there in the Catch Fam League. Jerry, is John Madden legend because he created Madden? Negative, sir. Negative.
You know, Bill Simmons, my hero, his kid said the same thing. He said, is that all John Madden's ever done?"
You
I
know,
feel
and
like it's a misconception of John Madden.
they talked about this. No one big talked about this. Something I was listening to where they were talking about the documentary. They talked about how that this is a common thing that a lot of people, especially in our day and age, or people younger than us, that's all they know about John Madden
Yeah,
is that he created or his actually they think he created Madden. He really didn't. His name is on
tied.
Madden, right?
Well, he
Yeah.
he did have a significant
Yes.
influence on the game getting created, though.
Yes. That's absolutely true. But obviously, great football player.
Great
Really,
coach,
but to say
fantastic coach,
much better coach, legendary coach with the Raiders.
best broadcast booth man in the
Right.
business.
I mean, just extremely influential to the NFL.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, in all areas, right? I mean, player, coach, broadcaster, post career. I mean, you think about how many players and coaches now, after their NFL career, get into broadcasting. I mean, he really, set the bill for that, right?
well,
Um,
and another thing I heard today too was that because everybody's talking about John Madden now, as they should. I mean, icon, legend, right? Let's give him his respect. But they were talking about kind of like the free agency of broadcast boothing and everything like that. I mean, you talk about Tony Romo when he was a free agent, and then all the networks were kind of bidding from him. It was like primarily two networks kind of bidding for Tony Romo, but back in the day, John Madden had every single major network bidding for him. I mean, it was a nuts story back then. But also, what was funnier is that they offered him a train car to use to go between games because obviously he's famous for not flying. He's scared of flying. He
right.
doesn't want to fly. So he had the famous bus that he drove everywhere, and the network that wanted to sign him offered him a train car to literally.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
you don't hear that anymore. Like you don't hear
Yeah.
that as part of a
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah. Fear of flying is totally cool. I mess with that, man. If you guys are
I
scared to
have a fear
fly,
of flying. I have a
yeah,
fear of flying.
flying's some messed up stuff, man. The only part
Yeah,
I like is landing. I love landing,
I don't even
which
like that necessarily.
I
I
don't know why. I think I'm so relieved that it's over. That's the only time I'll open up the window. I'm like, yeah,
I have like so much fear, I fall asleep. Like that's what I do. I
yeah.
get like so worked up. I'm just like, oh, I'm just
So
gonna
you can
cash
sleep. Yeah,
out.
yeah. Yeah, Jerry. And for those of you not as versed in John Madden's career, I encourage you to. There's two things you can do. You can find the football life. What year did the Raiders win that Super Bowl? Why do I want to say Ooh, it's in the 70s. He should
Yeah,
be on that.
it was a brick ago.
Football Life, whenever they won the Super Bowl, gives you some good insight to John Madden, his coaching style. But then also go find a game that he broadcasted during and just listen to it, because he's probably the best voice of football ever. So
Boom.
there you go. Ron the Goat. Yeah, what's up, Ron? Ronald, hey, what's up, boys? Y'all gonna be on for a while, about to run out. We'll be back, Ronald. Yeah, we'll be on for a little bit. Mike Jones, start Joshua Palmer. So we went with Cole Beasley there. Also, Philly defense or Chicago defense? I'm in the ship. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I know we both like Chicago. I think we also like Philly. I saw you picked them up in our personal league, and I mean, if they are still having a COVID pickle next week, I think Philly's a great option. Now something that has kind of developed over the week too, which impacts Elliott as the kicker, must start, and I think actually will benefit the defense. Is looks like there's going to be a significant amount of weather heading into that game, right?
I heard this.
Big
Yeah.
time wins, lots of rain. That spells a great game for that defense, right? The offense sucks enough in Washington right now. So let's add more conditions to it, more turnovers.
I like Philly this week as well. Chicago's a fine start, but I like Philly.
Yeah.
Robert Walton, need 3. Scary Terry, Swift, Chase Edmonds, Sony Michelle. For me, I go with the 3 running backs here. I go Swift, Edmonds, Michelle. We're fading Scary Terry. Getting that bad matchup versus Darius Slay, and like Steven has alluded to, awful weather too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, but predicted. Kills 22. Madden's a legend because he is the GOAT from Arrow and football. Needed him. He put the shield on his back with the Raiders. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dennis, I had the Bears defense could grab Kansas City defense. Matchup versus Cincinnati, though, need at least 8 to 12 points. Opinion.
Yeah. First off, great name, Steven and Dennis from Always Sunny combined. That's just beautiful. I love that. Started watching the new season. It's funny. But back on fantasy. Kansas City, when we look at them now, they have been like the hottest defense in the league outside of Dallas and maybe a couple others over a majority of the season now. I mean, it's been a long time since this Kansas City unit sucked. So I think they're not like a god awful play, but for me, I say go with Chicago, right? It kind of scares me a little bit because I feel like the reason you're picking Chicago is matchup based, which is always a little scary, right? It's that, sometimes the offense does get the luck of the draw with calls and whatever, but I think you can feel confident going with the Bears this week against the Giants.
I agree. Spencer, Steven rocking the live lucky hat, about to hit up the slots and casino. Green Bay, if we win this week, and Dallas losing. Yep. Green Bay home field advantage, the biggest possible number 1 seed for Green Bay is massive.
Yep.
John, I saw Steve's kicker video, so I dumped Prater, picked up Jake Elliott. The Browns defense will round out my lineup. I'm a bit worried that Dalvin Cook is still on COVID. Will he be cleared? He should be.
Yep.
Yeah, he is, to my knowledge. I mean, don't quote me. I think he's unvaccinated, but now that the protocol's been cut in half for days of quarantine, he should be back. Spencer, native 20. It's always cold. Go Packs, go. Definitely cold up there, man. Spencer, I had wings, fries, cheese curd, and a shake.
Oh my gosh, dude. Spencer, don't tempt me, my guy.
From where? Guys, let us know what you had for dinner. We haven't asked the dinner question in like months, man.
We need to get this rolling.
Let us know what you had for dinner. Joshua Garcia, pick 3, Sony Michelle, Rashad Penny, Antonio Gibson, and Ronald Jones. I would go Michelle, Penny, and Jones.
Yeah.
I fade Gibson. I don't mind Gibson this week, but the weather scared me. It's not so much the weather, really, but I'm worried about Washington's offense. It's a good matchup, but I just think that if this offense isn't playing well in the passing game, that Philly's going to shut down the run. They've been decent against the run the past couple of weeks. So
yeah,
haven't been on the season, but the last 2 weeks or so, they've been pretty good. So I go Michelle, Penny, and Jones. JL, what's going on, man? Hey, Phils. What do you think about Trey Lance? Can he blow up a Texans awful run D? What about Huntley? or Johnson if no Lamar? I like Lance more than Johnson. You know what? I want to hear what Steven has to say about
You
Trey
know I
Lance.
love me some Trey Lance, man. You know what? Just while we're on this topic, because I feel like other people out there have the same question, or Trey Lance is a very attractive read, right? My app is loading up right now, pulling up Mr. Trey Lance. What I'm trying to look at is what he did when he did play, right? What I remember from him when he was actually getting the opportunity is that rushing floor is going to be sticky. Like it's gonna be there. Like this guy has that next level type of skill set. And let's see the stats right here. Against Seattle, 20 points. The following week against Arizona, a brutal matchup, just under 15, but he was very close to getting a touchdown, too. So, this is a guy that I think against the Houston Texans, I don't want to be too rich here, but I'm saying 20 points is a floor.
There's a lot of people in the community who like Trey Lance this week. But what if he doesn't start?
If he doesn't start, then he's out if he doesn't start. But I
The
mean,
floor is high. I mean, the ceiling's high. Yeah,
the
the floor
ceiling's
is
high,
very
and I think
steep.
the floor is high. And I mean, if
Okay.
you're trying to compare that to a Huntley, Johnson, Lamar option, I still like Lance over all three of those guys. I mean,
Yeah.
me and you we're pretty vocal on fading Lamar just about in any scenario, but it's a little scary for me to start a guy like Huntley or Johnson against this Rams defense, which I talked about a little bit last night. But this defense is getting better.
Mhm.
We shit on them all season basically, but I feel like when I watch them over the past 3 weeks, it's a unit starting to hit its stride, right? And that's coincided with the offense hitting its stride, except for Matt Stafford last week. But
Yeah.
I don't know what your take is on that. I mean, I feel like you've been fading Trey all season.
We haven't heard about Trey in weeks, dude.
Bro,
This is just
don't
your
knock Trey, dude. It's my best friend, bro.
this is
It's
your
my best friend.
preseason love. I get it, bro. No, I do think Trey Lance probably offers the best ceiling here for sure. It's weird that out of the Ravens quarterback situation, the quarterback I'm most confident in is Huntley right now because I
He's
don't think
good.
Lamar is
He's
healthy.
good, bro. He's good.
Yeah, I don't think Lamar is healthy, and he showed us a lot of negative ceilings when he was healthy as of late. So, JL, I think we're in agreement to go Trey Lance. Chat, let us know. Who would you start? Trey Lance versus Houston or the active quarterback for the Ravens versus the Rams? Jerry, catch fam, Dookie champ at John. That's me, bro. Poop champ. On the way there. Jerry, I'm convinced that Steven is streaming from his closet and the background is just a green screen. It actually kind of looks like it with you rocking that black turtleneck.
Dude, do you like this, dude? I literally feel like remember Spooky Black back in the day, dude? That like
Yeah.
old singer, bro. He had
Yeah.
a song where he dressed like this, and I feel like Spooky Black.
It's called Without You.
Yeah, it's just like him in the
You do look like
snow and a black turtleneck.
you look like Spooky Black. Yeah. Shout out Spooky Black.
Yeah,
It's a good song, bro.
it's
Alex
a pretty good song.
Martinez. Please choose one. Lazard, Peoples Jones, Kirk. On the wire players, MBS Davis, Sanders, KJ Osborne, Russell Gage, Badgley, Arfierson, and Standard. So what we're looking for here is a score, right? If you're asking me, I don't know if we ever would see me get here on the season, but I was gonna say Lazard, but I also like Kirk. For me, it's between those two.
Not KJ.
I'm a little worried about KJ. I think he's got some good opportunities in this game if Thielen sits, but I don't know that I trust him in the fantasy championship.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
And
I'd probably have Kirk as the highest priority there, but
I
just as
agree.
a sneak peek, I talk about KJ as being a must start option, but primarily in very deep leagues. And so, a guy that you mentioned there, Christian Kirk, I do think he is a better option this week. But man, KJ Osborne's going to see the target volume. In the past
Yeah.
4 weeks, 3 out of those 4 weeks, he's had good games, right? Double digit performances. So I think he's going to be a fine option against Green Bay this week as well.
He's not going to see. I mean, you got to put all that pressure on Jefferson in the secondary. So I don't disagree. Yeah.
And to answer your kicker question, which is going to save your matchup anyways, right? Because that's the most important position. I'm going Money Mac, Evan McPherson here, especially with the Colts offense being a little shaky if Carson's out, I imagine Badgley's going to be hit pretty hard with his safe floor.
There you are. Steven's an expert there. Jerry, I didn't get a chance to know more about John Madden. I just know him from the game. Hey, no worries, bro. No worries. I mean, it's kind of crazy that think about it this way, right? Think about any coach from the 70s or any broadcaster who even was an ex-coach became a broadcaster, post 70s, hypothetically, right? No one would know, people younger than us wouldn't know who they were if they weren't tied to the game Madden,
Yeah.
So I mean, he has a huge legacy, right?
Yeah, and I mean we're talking about like the people that have changed the landscape of everything. I mean, John Madden was on to something there. Like we're talking about innovators, like that kind of shit. Like he was on to video games. Like he actively wanted to be not the face of, but he wanted control over this Madden game when he came into it. It's a long time ago, guys, when it started up. I mean, video games weren't as big. I mean, football video games definitely not as big. I mean, and the fact that John Madden was able to do that, get his name out there, and now his name will be carried forever throughout the younger generations, and that's why for people that didn't watch football or anything, they're always going to know who John Madden is now because of him.
Yeah, absolutely. JL at Kells, who do you have ready to bench? Harris and Williams both have smash plays this Sunday. Chat, where's your conviction level in Darrell Williams versus Pittsburgh this week? I'm interested to know.
Holy shit. Just saw some breaking news. Don't mean to cut you off, John, but
go for it.
Tragic news. Did you see that come across too for you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man. Anthony Sweat, brother of Washington football team, defensive end Montez Sweat, shot and killed in Virginia. So, geez, man.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty brutal. I wonder if that's going to take out Sweat from the game too. Just we've seen that in the past when somebody loses somebody or whatever, he could be out. That's going to hurt that defense even more.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. Condolences there. Thoughts, prayers out to the Sweat family as well. But yeah, could have some fancy impacts there as well for the Eagles. And
he's a ball player, bro. He's dirty.
Yeah.
He's really dirty, man.
Yeah. EA, smash the like. Thank you, EA. Appreciate that. What's up, EA? Guys, hit that like button. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel as well. Join the Catch family. That was like the least convincing. Hit the sub button.
Yeah, why don't you join it, huh? Hit the like button.
Join the Catch family.
If you're there.
Jerry, the landing is arguably the worst part. Dude, I like the landing. The takeoff. Takeoff freaks me out.
Takeoff is terrifying.
Takeoff some messed up stuff on a flight, dude. Let me tell you, that's the part where I'm like, I have nightmares about boarding an airplane and taking off, and then the rest of the flight is like fine.
But bro, when you land, the whole plane like shakes like it's about to like.
Dude, I'm telling you,
like it feels like you're in a can being thrown down the stairs.
I'm telling you, I'm just so relieved that it's over. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm either gonna die right now or like I'm going to Disney World. Let's go, man. Slade, why hello guys. Hello, Slade. Alex, please choose 3: Mixon, Harris, Williams, Gibson, and Standard. I would bench Gibson out of that bunch. Good problem to have. Good lineup. Like Mixon, like Harris, like Williams this week for sure. Jerry, once we're in the sky, leave it to the pilot. What happens, happens. I try not to think about it. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, dude, there's hundreds of thousands of flights a day. Like it's safer than driving to work. Like it's just like something about it, man. I mean,
there's always that one passenger though that looks over at you and is like, hey, wake up. You ever think about if this thing were to just go totally haywire? And then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. JD, hey boys, we going Harris, Gordon, Penny. If you got to pick one, I like Harris here.
Yeah, Harris, Penny. Gordon. I'm doing that. I was talking to somebody about the Gordon Javonte dilemma, bro. After Gordon shitted the bed like that last week, can we maybe see Javonte take a little bit of the reins here? I don't know. That's the way I'm leaning. I think Javonte's gonna have a good game and Gordon's gonna slip.
I mean, it's not like
you never really tell, right?
Javonte didn't have a great game, is the thing. He just got a touchdown. If you really erase that touchdown, his game was
Gordon
much better.
Was so bad. Gordon was like
Ah,
bad, bro.
they were bad as a unit running the football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're taking a little personally,
Yeah,
but
I
I
am.
get it, dude.
I've got a little bias. I got a little
Yeah, I mean,
bias.
if Gordon could have stepped up, he wouldn't be fighting for third place, be fighting for first. But I get it, man.
Yeah.
It's okay, Steve. Not everyone can make it to the toilet bowl championship. Pitts or Gallup? I would go Gallup.
Yeah. I go Gallup
Pitts
here
has
as
got a
well.
tough matchup here. Bills number 3 against the position. Gordon or Carter?
Mm, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I go Gordon.
I'm still saying Gordon there, but what do you think about Michael
He had
Carter
a great
here?
game last week. He looked great. Yeah.
Going up against Tampa, obviously
Yeah,
not
that's
as strong as they used to be, but he's a great pass catching back. Although Zach Wilson doesn't use the running back a ton, but he's definitely an option, right?
mhm.
Uh, Braxton Berrios is kind of their main guy right now. He's a dog.
That's
But
fine.
do you like him at all? Where would you kind of rank him? I mean, I'm guessing definitely outside the top 12 to 15, but is he a top
Yeah.
24 running back this week?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
think double digits is safe for him. I mean, who else are you gonna use if you're the Jets? The volume is there.
Yeah.
He would have had a monster week last week if he had scored. He just didn't score. So he had a really good
They
game.
didn't really like. I feel like every time I saw them in the red zone, they weren't using him a ton. Like they
Yeah,
were using other options in the red zone, and I was just so confused. I was like, you have a young back who's showing you promise, and it's like, dude, you got a guy who's very comparable to Javante Williams. Like, let's use him. Like, let's
sure.
use this guy.
Yeah. I don't think he's a bad start per se. But I think his ceiling's a little capped due to the matchup. Sport Dog 1000, wondering who I should flex in my 10 team PPR: Van Jefferson, MVS, AJ Dillon, or Hollywood Brown.
Holly Brown here
Okay.
for the fact of its PPR. This guy's seeing
Sure.
absurd target volume, and I think if Lamar's back, he's definitely got a higher ceiling because I do think Lamar and him have a chemistry that
Yeah.
has persisted all season. But I think whoever's a QB, it's a primary focus of this offense to hit Andrews and him. So you can't really say that about the other guys. And AJ Dillon would be a solid option in standard.
Sure. Okay. I agree. Penny Carter or Edmonds or Connor. I would go Penny. I'll go Penny.
I go Penny, but I know you would fade this. But if Connor is healthy, I'm taking Connor here
Okay.
after him.
Okay. 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 I'd take that a little personally, but okay. Jerry, are you saying that bad weather can help Elliott at
No,
Steven?
no, 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 no. I'm not. In fact, because I saw you had the conviction to roll with him, and I told you that I had started him too as my guy, and then you start finding out about the weather, and it's a little concerning. Like, I'm not saying like you have to like totally move on from this dude, but you do have to, monitor the weather situation, right? That is like one of the biggest deterrents from the kicker having a good game. Um, so Jerry, with that said too, let me know about other options. Just in case you do need to pivot last second.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because Elliott ended up on the thumbnail for the must start kickers. And that was before we knew the weather information. And
But bro, I mean, it's weather. Like at the end of the day, like that shit can change, bro. Like you live
yeah,
on the East Coast, you know how it is, man. One day it's like 90 degrees, and the next day it's 40 and snowing. Like it just like doesn't matter. Like you
you
never
know
know
how
what's going
that
on.
shit goes, bro. That weather shit, bro.
That weather
Uh,
shit.
Ron the goat, Knox or Schultz? I go Knox. I go
Yeah, I
Knox
like
here. I
Knox
like
too.
Schultz this week. Schultz, let's face it, criminally underrated on the
Yeah,
season. But I go Knox here. Go
yeah.
Knox. Eli Mitchell or Patterson? What's up, Ron? Oh wait, you came in earlier. Just making sure. Hey, Ron, how are you, man? Uh, if Mitchell plays, I like Mitchell a lot, but Patterson's probably the safer play here.
Let me ask you this too. If Eli Mitchell's backup is the guy, Jeff Wilson, who you taking? Jeff Wilson or Patterson?
If Mitchell's out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wilson
yeah,
or Patterson?
Wilson.
Okay. So you like the San Francisco back, is what you're saying, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, great matchup this week.
Yeah.
We're on the go. Burrow or Dak?
Dak.
Dak.
Dak. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you had a super flex league and you had both these quarterbacks last week, that'd be completely
John,
unfair.
I kind of want to
Steven.
pull up I want to pull up Joe Burrow's numbers real quick because from what yeah, okay, I am right here. All right, so I get it. 500 yards, balled the fuck out against Baltimore, 38 fantasy points. But dude, let's look at the weeks before that. Like 12, 22, 16, 16, 9, 7. Like this Ravens defense sucks, like beyond massive proportions. I mean, they have no corners. Like, I'm not saying that's the only reason why Joe Burrow lit it up, but Kansas City is a far better defense. I
Yeah,
imagine this is not going to be anywhere close to that Ravens game.
sure. Yeah, fair points.
I just want to temper expectations because I feel like what people are going to fall trap to coming into this championship week is they're going to have Joe Burrow or they're going to see Joe Burrow as an option and they're going to assume he's a top 2 read. He's a top 5 read, right? And they're also going to look at it as two explosive offenses. Joe Burrow is obviously going to be the one to eat. I'm not
Could you
really, I'm not feeling that conviction.
could you make the same argument for Dak Prescott?
I would say that the weakest part about the Cards is the secondary, and the Cards have a relatively good run D. So
The weakest part of the Ravens defense is their secondary.
okay, all right,
And
fine,
Dak
dude.
Dak
But
went wild last week.
but I feel like Dak's been more consistent on the season.
And
He had like 2 weeks.
pull up Dak's past
Where's
numbers,
Prey,
Mr.
man? Prey,
Numbers
Prey,
guy.
Prey would hate on me real quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
come on.
fine.
Let's
I'll
do
pull
it.
up the numbers. I'll pull up the
Yeah.
numbers real quick.
Yeah. We're
Just
putting Steven on the wire here, guys.
dude, I stand convicted in what I'm saying. I do
I
not
mean,
think Joe Burrow is a top 5 option this week. That's
I
all
would
I'm saying.
I still lean Dak too, but I mean, I'm just, playing devil's advocate.
All right. Play devil's advocate, you piece of shit. All right, here we go. 31 points against Washington, 10, 9, 11, 25, 2, 26, and 18 the weeks before.
Bad weeks in there, man.
In my opinion, he had like harder matchups. Actually, I can't say that. But all I'm saying is
You
this, right?
sounded so unconfident.
Yeah.
Harder matchup.
Listen. Joe Burrow is not a pure play. So if you got Joe Burrow and another option, drop it in the comments so we can give you some input on that too.
I get what you're saying, though. I do agree. Like, don't be blinded by the numbers that Joe Burrow put up last week. I think his floor is relatively safe because, I mean, when you really look at quarterbacks this season, like, we're not seeing crazy high ceilings from a lot of
No,
quarterbacks, especially at this point in the season. So I
you,
don't disagree with Steven. I just wanted to, rattle his bones a little bit. But and
you
same,
gonna mess with Spooky Black over here, bro?
you know, with floating head boy or whatever you are. And you could say the same about Dak as well, though.
Yeah.
So Chase, Browns, Colts, or Bears defense.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: if the Colts were fully healthy, this would be a great play. But on the defensive side, we're missing pieces, and I'm not super confident in what we're actually going to have on the field for that game. So I pivot Bears here with a beautiful matchup. But
A
it's damn
beautiful
unfortunate.
matchup.
It's damn unfortunate that you can't roll with the Colts.
Alberta 86, what's going on? What's good, fellas? Bears or Bills?
I got Bills here for sure against the Falcons. I got a lot of conviction in both the Bills and the Patriots this week. Great matchups, and they're good underlying defenses too. That's the difference. I mean, when you look at the Bears, great matchup on the season, they've not been too good. So let's get best of both worlds here.
JD, Greg the Leg, Butker, or Crosby?
Greg the leg for sure. I mean, it can't really go wrong with that guy. With Elliott, if the weather's fucked up, I mean, honestly, Greg the leg might be the must-start kicker for the fantasy football championships for me. I do think he's going to be an absolute smash play this week. Butker, the one concern is coming off of COVID. We have seen it impact players. Like we have seen that happen. Not saying it's going to really drastically impact the leg there with his kicking abilities, but you never know. And Mason Crosby, bro, I don't know if I've seen a more inconsistent kicker. And I'm sorry, Spencer. I know he's a legend in Green Bay, but holy shit, he has sketched me this year. I can't recommend him at all.
He used to be the dude to draft.
Bro, big
I used to
facts.
draft Crosby
Big
every
facts.
year.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember one of my first must start videos for the kicker position. I put I put Crosby in there. I put Mason Crosby in there, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a smash, dude. It's gonna make me look smart." And then, boom, the dude misses like 5 field goals, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you."
Chat, let us know, what kicker are you starting in week 17, the 2021 fantasy football season? Let's get some kicker,
Let's get it in there.
conversation going, some
Get it
kicker
in there.
hype going. Let us know what kicker you have in your starting lineup as of right now. Ron the Goat, sorry for all the questions, but I really would like to win a championship my first year. Do not ever apologize.
Yeah. No
In this live
apologies.
chat
No
again.
apologies.
We want you to win a fantasy championship in your first year, Ron. Slade, Mason Crosby, or Elliott?
Elliott, even if the weather's not great, I'll probably still play Elliott here.
Apparently, we hate Mason Crosby here at the catch. Ron the Goat, Trey Lance is goated. I don't care.
That's right.
There you go. Steven's happy at that. Steven, what's up, guys? Is Boston Scott an instant start if Howard is out? Yeah.
What about Gainwell?
Psh,
What about Gainwell? He's there. He's there.
psh. Yeah, he is, but it makes it a lot easier to start Scott if there's only 2 backs as opposed to 3. I mean, come on, Steven, you're a Jordan Howard owner as of an hour ago, so
Did you see that shit? Did you see that shit?
You made fun of me earlier in the season.
You know I did that just to get your attention, bro.
I see everything. I'm the all-seeing eye of the waiver wire. So,
how many carries did Boston Scott get? Do you know?
No, but he got the score. I know that much.
But is that what we're chasing? Because I mean, if that's
No,
what
no,
we're
no, no,
chasing,
no, no.
if that's what we're chasing,
No,
then
no,
what
no.
if Jordan Howard's playing?
What we're chasing is the fact that Nick Sirianni has woken up and said, "I want to run the football a fuck ton," and
Yeah.
that's what the Eagles have been doing.
Okay.
This is now a run-first team. And I mean,
As it should have always been.
Yeah. Why not take the pressure off of Jalen Hurts too? I mean,
Yeah.
But hey, they're getting it together and they're probably gonna make the playoffs. So
Yeah.
shout out Nick Sirianni, Indianapolis alumni. I am now a Colts fan, by the way, but I'm also a Bills fan. Yeah.
Good. I like this. Dude, you started a Colts fan.
Yeah. I mean, I got Peyton Manning on my background.
I think you should just be a full-time Colts fan now.
I got Josh Allen on my chest. So Ron the Goat, pick one running back and one for flex. Montgomery, Dalvin Cook, Javonte, Sony, and CEH. So one running back, one for flex. You got to start Cook if he starts. I mean, especially this is such a big game for the Vikings. You just can't bench Dalvin Cook. Now, when we're looking at the next one, Ron, you have a great problem here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to just go see a fortune teller and lay out these 4 running backs in front of them and see who they pick, because Montgomery's got a great matchup. His volume's great. Javonte Williams has a great matchup despite Gordon being in that backfield as well. He still sees good enough volume. Sony Michel looks like a madman right now.
Yeah.
I read an article last night saying that the Rams players are calling him Choo Choo Michel because he's a choo-choo train that doesn't stop moving.
That's badass.
And then CH, if he can play, has a great matchup as well. So
I'd probably fade CH just flat out. If he does end up playing, I think he's going to be limited.
Sure, that's probably the only player here we can fade.
Yeah.
Montgomery, Michelle, Javonte can make a lot of arguments. I would lean Michelle or Montgomery. Very tough.
That's where I stand too. If Cook is out, if Cook's in, I'm going Cook and Montgomery.
Mm-hmm. If Cook's out, I'll go Montgomery and Michelle. Aiden, what's up? What's up, bro? Ron the Goat, AJ Brown or Gronk in the flex? I'll go AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Volume will be up there. Once again, if you're a defensive coordinator facing Gronk, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and the Dolphins defense is, I believe, 26th against the receiver position. This is a guy who's going to make the must-start receiver video this week, and I have a ton of conviction in him. I think he's going to absolutely light it up.
Compa Benny, which 3 running backs should I start? Aaron Jones, Rojo, Najee Harris, and Joe Mixon. Yikes.
For me, it's easy.
Who you Xing here?
I'm Xing Aaron Jones.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
it's not anything about the player. I
It
think
is.
it's
It's
just
personal.
yeah, a little partially, right? Because I still want Aaron Dillon or AJ Dillon to be the starter. But no, I think when you're looking at this, you're saying Rojo, Najee, Joe Mixon are great options. The volume is going to be great. I mean, I think Rojo's a tremendous start, and Joe Mixon, you can't bench the guy, and it's Najee freaking Harris, dude. I get it, like it not tremendous performances over the past couple of weeks, but I love his volume. I love that.
Steven loves his
I
volume.
love it.
I personally fade Harris here.
Whatever, bro.
Jeez. Dude, Aaron Jones has been good since he came back from injury.
Yeah.
And the Vikings are not good against the run. This is a big divisional game.
Okay.
I would go Aaron Jones. Rojo, you can't bench versus the Jets. Then Joe Mixon, after the way he played last week, I don't think you bench this man either. So I fade Harris because he's been playing down, but at the same time, we know his ceiling. We know what he can do. We know the volume. I'm not disagreeing with you, but just for the sake of argument, I'll go Jones, Rojo, and Joe Mixon from
Okay.
my picks.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, it is fair. Thank you. We're on the go. Miami is a good projected matchup, but that defense has been on fire.
Yeah, defense has been, but it has allowed receivers to still have solid performances. Both can happen at the same time, and also this defense. This is going to be a first real test, in my opinion. I still think it's a decent play if you're talking about starting them, but I also just think like if you look at the past freaking all the games they've won recently, it's been against relatively easy matchups. So
Yeah.
got to think about that. I mean, it's going to be a test. It's going to be a test, that's for sure.
Patrick, what's up, guys? Need some advice? Who would you choose for flex? Hollywood Brown, Rashad Penny, or Devin Singletary?
Oof.
Ooh.
Oof.
It's Penny or Singletary for sure. But Singletary's matchup so juicy, man.
So is
Penny's
Penny.
matchup is really juicy too.
I'll probably lean Penny here because
I
your
agree.
concern with Singletary is that Zach
It's
Moss got
17.
utilized last week, and Josh Allen could easily be the guy who gets that rushing touchdown too.
Let's say, I mean, you got 17 other players who can,
Yeah,
get in there.
yeah. I mean, shit, they might do a little reverse or a little shovel pass to Mr. Isaiah McKenzie. He might make a name for himself with one touch.
Dawson Knox, big in the
Yeah.
red zone. When you're looking at Seahawks, I mean, Everett's been playing okay lately, but outside of that, I mean, Metcalf scores from afar. Lockett scores from afar, generally speaking. I think Penny's a little bit safer, but Singletary's a great play too. JL, Darrell Williams in Kansas City has a huge pass catching upside. He's going up against a middle of the pack run defense. Fair point. Yeah, I think if CH is out, he's obviously a good play. Are you guys in any championships? Oh, yeah. The Toilet Bowl championship.
Toilet Bowl!
Both leagues. Alex, any reports on weather affecting any games? We've got the Eagles in Washington.
Yeah.
And I believe the Green Bay game is supposed to be like extremely cold, but both those teams are used to playing in the cold.
Yeah.
Angel, what's going on? Ronald Jones or DeAndre Swift for RB2? Go Rojo. Go Rojo. I mean, Swift's not a bad option, but I do think that he's banged up. I mean, the matchup's great. Like, don't get me wrong. And we know what he can do, but I still think he's coming back a little bit early.
Yeah, I think he's going to split touches for sure when he's
Rojo's
back.
safer,
Yeah.
Jerry, my flex options for the finals are Ertz, Connor, and Tony. Can I rely on one of these guys, or should I drop them all and look for others? No, I think you should keep all of them, actually. Yeah. Tony was a bust last week. I don't care for Tony, but he's got some upside when we're looking at the matchup. Maybe just to keep him away from another opponent. I mean, it depends on who you can pick up, Jerry. But I would hold on to Connor because we do know the upside there. Even if he's banged up, even if Edmonds is back, and even if it's a bad matchup, you don't want your opponent potentially picking him up and him having one of those days, right?
Yeah.
And Ertz is someone you can start this week, in the flex. So no, Maybe Tony. Yeah, Tony's fine. Tony, I don't care about. I haven't liked Tony at all this season. So, yeah, screw Tony. Drop him. I know you guys said to start Washington defense over the Bills. I'm wondering if you still feel the same way. Jerry, I think
Jerry,
this is.
what are you talking about, brother? What are you
I think it
talking
was
about?
a typo. Are you saying Philly? No way. We said Washington. Jerry's trying to sabotage the stream.
Jerry, are you trying to sabotage us? Are you trying to
No, just
nuclear
kidding.
device this stream? No, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not start Washington over the Bills. Don't start Washington ever.
No, Jerry, let us know if what we got wrong, what we got mixed up there, my dude. All right, guys, an hour in on tonight's stream already. Like I say every time, that felt like 3 minutes, maybe tops. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Truly does help us out. If you guys are new to the channel, we do kindly ask you hit that sub button down below. Join the Catch family tonight. I was hoping Steven would do the sound effect.
Yeah, that's my subscribe and like button. Hit the like. That is my thing.
There you go. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, man. We appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Been a great stream so far. Jerry, I saw the recent chat. Eagles defense. Okay, that's what I thought. Eagles defense over the Bills.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna still stay with the Bills here.
Okay.
But with that said, Eagles are they're a good play, right? But I got a lot of conviction in the Bills.
Julian, Murray or Burrow? I go Murray.
Hey, here's a good question. We got Burrow. Finally, somebody asked a question about Burrow. So you still like him here, huh?
I like Murray over Burrow. I didn't say I disliked Burrow.
Okay, I was just automatically taking that you were going to go with Joe Burrow here.
No, I think Murray offers a much better floor.
Yeah. Me too. Damn it, I just want to disagree with you.
Alex just picked up Money McPherson. Let's go.
Good job, Alex. That's solid.
Mark Horgan, full PPR, 20 points underdog, Lamar or Hurts, Pitts or Knox, Dallas D or Chicago. Also, would you start Michelle over Zeke or Deontay Johnson? I go Hurts. I go Knox. I go Dallas.
Yeah.
If Mitchell's healthy, yeah, I mean, he's playing Houston, and we know the volume that Kyle Shanahan will give him. So, yes, but Deontay and Zeke are extremely safe floors. Both have been very, very consistent. So, it just depends on if Mitchell's healthy.
Tough to go away from him.
David Mixon, Damon Harris, Jacobs, D. Williams, Melvin Gordon, Justin Jackson need to start one flex. For me, it's Mixon, Harris, and Williams or Gordon.
Yeah.
Jacobs is a little bit of a steeper matchup this week. And then Justin Jackson, I mean, you want Eckler out of the equation. I think Eckler will be back. Ron, the good idea of Wilson on the bench. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't think you need we'll see hanging out there. Numbers don't lie. That's right. That's right, Ron. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie, right? Shout out Lil Wayne.
That was intense.
That was deep.
That was very Speaky Black of you.
I heard it from Lil Wayne. Julian, Murray or Burrow? Yeah, give me Murray.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the go. Kyler or Burrow?
I like that.
I'll go Kyler. Comp Benny, pick 2 wide receivers: Jalen Waddle, OBJ, Amari Cooper, and Josh Palmer. I'll go Waddle and OBJ.
Oh my gosh, Waddle is going to be awesome. Yeah, OBJ is a great stream this week too, man, against Baltimore. Holy shit, that's gonna be fun.
Gigantor, what's going on, man? I have A-Rod and Burrow. Not a tough choice with Rodgers. Nah, you guys.
Heck no.
You guys start Rodgers, man. I want to get a hoodie that has the picture of Aaron Rodgers wearing the office shirt on his first day back to training camp.
That is a dope shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on Etsy tonight and get that. I'm sure it's out there. Etsy, do you guys shop on Etsy? Etsy is cool, man. You guys ever checked out Etsy, bro? Shout out Etsy.
I got a gift card from Etsy last year. It was for like $50. And I got some nice gifts for people.
You get some really cool things on there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Spencer, Chase Claypool or Anderson?
Oh, dude, why are you asking me these questions? I do not like either of these guys.
It's a little bit of potential upside sneaking in there with one of these two guys, maybe.
Is there?
But, if you think about
Spencer, are you?
I go. I if
Duke,
Sam Darnold's back, then I don't think Anderson's going to see that volume. Man, they did not have good chemistry this season earlier on.
man, I'd
I go Claypool.
yeah, but like I want to know if there's anybody else, Spence. This
Go
is
see
tough.
God Spence.
Yeah,
Dara, Singletary, MVS, Osborne, or Ayuk. I go Singletary.
yeah,
You got other
Singletary
good
and then
options, but
Osborne.
yeah, I go single. Gigantor will be -2 degrees in Green Bay.
I
Yikes!
don't care. I
It is
don't
gonna be
care.
cold, but yikes! Yeah,
A-Rod's still gonna be a dog.
yeah. A-Rod, he knows what to do out there. Alex Love Hurts upside. Worried about Stafford stinking the bed again. Own both, torn on who to play. I go Hurts.
Hurts.
I like Stafford this week too. I think he bounces back, but I go Hurts.
Yeah.
Julian Burrow or Murray and Patriots D or Bills D. Wow. Murray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's Murray and Patriots defense here.
go Pats.
Yeah. Yeah, dude,
Spence.
real quick, man. I just gotta take a note. I have had a ton of questions about the Pats. A little bit of questions about if it is okay to start them, if we can be really confident in them. Like, do you have any doubt? Or is it just me? Like, because I'm like in love with this. Like the ability to start the Patriots against the Jacksonville Jaguars in your championship.
Yeah, I think the Pats are just fine. Yeah. Don't look at the past couple weeks. They're fine. Spencer Mason fucking sucks now. You're fine. Julian and Patrick are starting Nick Folk. Dara Tyler Bass the whole season besides bye week. There you go. Look at that faith
Look at the
in your
Bass man.
kicker. Yeah. David starting Tucker. Shout out Jane is starting Bucker.
Yeah, she's staying with the COVID guy.
There you go. Gigantor suck up over Prater. There we go.
Yep. Solid.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
The chat did its thing.
I mean, it's about time. We were on a pretty good streak. Mikey S, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Higgins or Lamb, full PPR. Zona has brutal injuries in secondary and Slot's been feasting last month. Cowboys fan and can't be trusted here. Help.
I like Lamb, man. I do like Lamb here. I
He's
think
due for
you're
a big
onto something.
game.
Yeah, and I think he's onto something there too when he's talking about this card secondary, and that's really the thing I'm most focused on. Like when you look at Higgins over the past month and a half now, he is a true dominant receiver for this Cincinnati team.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of options to go, and that scares me a little bit. And you can say the same thing with the Cowboys. Obviously, they've got a ton of mouths to feed too, but like you said, the secondary is weak and the slot spot is weak. And so I think CD will have a great opportunity to feast.
The chat's just going wild for me. It's all good. I got to hear though. Let's see here. Cowboys, Saints, or Bears from Patrick.
Cowboys, Saints, or Bears? Yeah. I think we actually talked about this one last night too. I mean, I think you were kind of settled on the fact there's like really nobody you would start over the Cowboys. I'm probably Cowboys and Saints close, but I think the fact is that if you're in the championship and you need a safe option, you can't pivot from the Cowboys. But I think the Saints have the higher ceiling with a insanely juicy matchup and an explosive defense too.
Sure. Herbert or Hurts? I go Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts.
Steven starting Elliott. Jeez Louise. Wow, big stream tonight. What's up, Jeez Louise? Good to see you, bro. JD, thanks for everything this season, guys. That Edgar Allan Poe vibe got me to the finals. Shout out JD. Need one. Penny, Edmonds, or Carter. I go Penny personally. Aiden, y'all have a good rest of the stream. I got some studying to get to. Peace out, Aiden. Thanks for stopping by, my dude. James Martin says Rashad Penny for sure. Men J613, Singletary, Kirk, Parker in the flex. I'd go Singletary. Jerry, let's get that like count up. Smash that like button, boys and girls. Hit that sub button. Join the Catch fam. Appreciate that shout out, Jerry. Alex, odds. Jonathan Peoples-Jones pops up versus Pittsburgh secondary. Ooh. Versus Kirk's tough Dallas defense. Oh,
Yeah.
in comparison to Kirk's versus Dallas's defense, I would go Kirk. Volume's better.
Yeah.
Like when we've seen Donovan Peoples-Jones have these big fantasy days, he's getting like 3 to 4 targets and making a play on one of those plays. So, in the championship, I'm going to trust volume and consistency. With Hopkins out, Kirk's seen very good volume, so I'll go Kirk. Cam Maker was at full practice day. You think Sony is still a play? Yes. The advantage we have here in week 17, like if anything is truly coming from this Cam Akers situation, I don't think a lot comes from this week in terms of how they utilize him in the actual game, right? Next week might be a different story, but I think this week, the way Sony Michel's been playing, they stick with Sony Michel. Adam Blank, Brady, Patterson, Penny, Diggs, Higgins, Schultz, St. Brown, Bucks D, McPherson. On the bench, you got Johnson of Pittsburgh, Renfro, Ertz, Cowboy. Defense, Lazard, Scott, and Vaughn. Suggestions, changes, advice.
I got one.
Yeah. What is it?
Deontay needs to be moved in for St. Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safer floor.
Yeah.
You could argue Cowboys over Bucks, but I like the Bucks here a lot.
Yeah.
I think you're good, man.
Yeah.
Brady, Patterson, Penny, Diggs, Higgins, Schultz. I'm fine with Deontay versus the Browns over St. Brown. Bucks, McPherson. It's a good lineup, man. It's a good lineup. Don't drop the Cowboys defense. Don't let someone else pick them up. You could argue Ertz over Schultz, but they're pretty equivalent floors and ceilings. Mr. Curley, well, what's up, man? Ayuk, Pittman, Patterson, Gibson, or Penny? Who's your flex and full PPR? Patterson. Yeah. Or Penny. Patterson or Penny.
Full PPR kind of lean a little bit of Patterson there, though.
Sure. Yeah. Penny maybe a safer floor with Patterson the way he's been playing, but Patterson much higher upside. Jerry, I have Ertz in the flex, but he has a hamstring injury. I think
having him in the flex is kind of tight, kind of tough.
Is that the Catch Fam League where you have Andrews also?
Yeah, definitely let us know.
Dante, should I start Dolphins, Colts, or Bears defense?
Let's see here. The chat is going crazy and I keep popping around. Can you repeat that back? Dolphins, Colts, Bears. Yeah. I'm going to go Bears here, but Dolphins are right there too. I think they're going to be very safe. I would not be surprised if they get you 6 to 8 points. I just think the Bears have the higher upside.
I was able to pick up McPherson. Should I still start Elliott? Asked Jerry.
Now that you have the option to pivot, I would probably go McPherson if the weather's shitty. If it ends up being a beautiful day outside, it's Elliott.
Dante, Brady versus Jets, Rodgers versus Vikings. I go Rodgers. You go Rodgers as well, Steve?
Yeah, 100p. I'm not pivoting from a guy like A-Rod.
No. True Seeker, y'all pick 2: McKenzie, Osborne, AJ Green, Lazard, and Gabe Davis.
The Geeby Davis.
Gabe Davis. I would go Osborne and Davis or Lazard.
Yeah.
You're kind of seeing similar play out of a guy like Lazard or Davis. So if Thielen plays, I would honestly still go Osborne.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if Thielen plays, he's banged up, man. Oliver, Cousins or Trey Lance? Cousins a safer floor, Lance much more upside.
Yeah, and I would say this too is that there's a little bit of fear pivoting from a guy like Kirk Cousins in the championship to a guy like Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a great start for me, but to a certain point, you have to go with a guy who's gotten it done all season, and I think that is Kirk Cousins in my mind.
Steven, off the Trey Lance bandwagon, huh?
Not off the bandwagon, you know what I mean? I'm a main bandwagon fan of him. I can't wait to draft him next year and see Jimmy Garoppolo still start above him.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do we have any idea if Mitchell is playing? I can grab Wilson, but he'd have to start over Carter and Penny. Let's see.
Wilson's gonna go.
Mitchell will be a limited practice participant Wednesday. Mitchell sustained a concussion week 13 while recovering from the head injury. was discovered that he was dealing with a knee irritation. Has cleared concussion protocol, but the knee issues keep him sidelined for a third consecutive, or did keep him sidelined for third consecutive contest last Thursday. This is the first time he's practiced, which may mean he can return Sunday. So that is about as unclear of an answer as we could possibly give you.
In classic Kyle Shanahan fashion, right?
Yeah.
Now, for me, I feel like Wilson's going to be there. There's no reason to rush Elijah Mitchell back for this game. And it's not like Jeff Wilson's been playing bad. Like he's been playing very well at the running back spot there. So,
yeah. It depends on if you have to drop JD. I mean, you've got safe starts in Carter and Penny. Depends on who you have to drop there. Truth Seeker, Freeman or Scott? I lean Freeman.
Yeah, I like Freeman's floor.
Floor is safer, more upside with Scott.
Yeah.
Oliver, Saints defense or the Niners defense?
Saints defense.
Saints. Oliver, the Vikings kicker has done me very well this year.
Greg Joseph is his name.
There you go. YYRAL, Ryladder. What's going on? What's up, fellas? I need a kicker, and I have Greg Joseph, but thinking I should roll out Nick Folk instead. Question mark. Help. Rock on emoji, thumbs up emoji, rock on emoji, fist emoji.
Talk about weather impact, right? I mean,
yeah.
Cold conditions. Let's pivot over to Nick Folk, who is a bad brother.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the league right now at the kicker spot. So, yeah, I like him.
And sorry, I can't pronounce your username. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you coming out tonight. And we love some kicker questions here at the Catch.
Oh, we love it.
Spencer, Mary had a little lamb. It was just Christmas.
I know.
Oliver says go Folk. Spencer, connect the dots. CD's going off. Oliver, I'm in the same boat, but I don't have Folk as an option. Chadwick, hey all, or Oliver, let us know who's out there if you need advice on who to pick up at the kicker position. Chadwick, hey all, Mitchell over Penny in full PPR. If he plays, yes. If not, then Penny for sure. Spencer says you have to start the Cowboys defense. Oliver saying Mitchell's looking good to play. Yeah.
It'd be one of those things you have to monitor for sure. I mean,
and game time decision probably.
Let me ask you this, John. If he's healthy, I think I heard you earlier say that you would play him in the championship. Would you really play Elijah Mitchell coming off of this? Yeah. With Jeff Wilson still there, you still think Kyle Shanahan's just going to put it to him, just let him roll?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. I don't have the cojones for
that. Jerry, 10 subs from 700. Wow, who would have thought? You're telling me, bro. You're telling me, man. Appreciate that shout out, Jerry. Guys, help us get if we hit 700 subs tonight in the next 40 minutes, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. So
yeah, I'll do something radical.
There's inspiration to hit the
I'll do a handstand.
Oh,
I will do it. I'll turn off all the audio capabilities so that you guys don't hear a loud crash, but I'll do a handstand.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. If we hit 700 subs tonight and the stream around 10, Steven will do a handstand. So
make it happen. Make it happen.
Spencer, Cowboys can get a touchdown any week. That's true. That sure is true. Mikey S, awesome guys. I'm sticking with my Cowboys, stacked with Dak and all or nothing. Appreciate guys. Cheers. Appreciate you, bro. Slade, I have CD, Amari, Aaron Jones, Harris, Kelsey, Waddle, Elliott, Buffalo defense. My opponent is Allen, Deontay, Chase, CH, Rojo, Andrews, Lockett, Bass, Saints, D. Good luck picking that apart. F me. I forgot about Herbert or Hurts, whoever I start between them. Go Hurts. Go Hurts.
Hurts.
Yeah. CD, Amari, Jones, Harris, Kelsey, Waddle, Elliott. You better hope them Cowboys play well this weekend.
I know, right? Super loaded on it.
Yeah. But I like this team. Your team's good, man. Shelton, what's good, Shelton? I need 3 running backs: Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Edmonds. I would go Swift.
Kind of tough.
Swift if he plays. Williams. Safer floor. Jacobs higher upside with Edmonds. Jacobs.
I'd probably get Jacobs here. Javonte.
Jacobs.
If Connor's out, I go Edmonds.
Yeah. Compa Benny, Brett Myers, my kicker. Do I keep him or pick up Zerline, Bass, Elliott?
Yeah, definitely moving on from Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put in the leg. You got to put in Greg Zerline here.
I'm counting on Greg the leg this week, bro.
I didn't even know you had him.
It's because I'm a quiet beast.
When did you acquire this man? This man
I don't
has
know.
been like a prized possession of mine for a while. I'm just a fanboy.
This man.
This man, this legend.
Patrick, full PPR, 2 running backs, 1 receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end. Chubb, Mixon, Swift, AB, AJ Brown, Chase, Deontay Johnson, Debo, Kelsey, Gronk, Kittle.
Holy smokes.
Okay. 2 running backs, Chubb and Mixon. Don't
Okay.
overthink it.
Yep.
Sit Swift since he's been banged up. Jesus Christ. 2
This lineup
receivers
is
and a
insane.
flex. You got to go 3 receivers. 1 tight end. Let's just say Kelsey. Let's
Yep.
keep it simple. 3 receivers.
Oh,
A,
this is let's
Debo.
get
You
wait,
have to start Debo.
wait. Debo's in the mix too. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, Debo's in there. Eileen Chase. Dude, come on. AB, AJ Brown, Chase, Deontay Johnson. You can start any of them. Like, I know it's
I
not
go
what you want to hear.
Debo, AJB,
Okay. And
and
then he's got a flex. You got to flex a receiver, right?
AB.
Yeah.
But bro,
But
like, yeah, dude, that's like hard, dude.
you really can't go wrong here.
Yeah.
YRR, that's what I'm pronouncing you as. Joseph has been great, but Folk is interesting this week. I think we both lean Folk here.
Okay.
Yeah. Kyle, hey guys, you handsome men. What's up, Kyle?
Dude, I love that, man. I don't get that kind of support too much. So
Yeah.
I love whatever you call us handsome. I love that.
Burrow over Cousins. I do lean Burrow over Cousins. I do.
Yeah, I'll take
Mike,
that.
Mikey, if your opponent have Monday Nighters, good week to pick up all the players available just in case your guys or his go COVID. Yeah,
I
it's
like
a
that.
sneaky little strategy. Ronald, are you back? Ronald would like that. I don't think Ronald's back. I haven't seen him in a couple minutes. YRR Folk or Joseph? I lean Folk.
Mhm.
Jerry Yaddis, all these questions are for the Catch Fam League. Spencer, cover your eyes then.
I've been seeing activity pop up on Sleeper on my phone, and I'm just like, dude, I know Jerry's just up to something right now.
Jerry's out here, bro. David, Schultz or Gooder? Should I stay with Tannehill as my quarterback? Who else can you pick up a quarterback, David?
Do you like Gudert or Schultz here? I kind of like Gudert.
Yeah, I do. I go Goddard.
And the way you look at this with Schultz is just that
It's a bad matchup.
super bad matchup, and they're also weak at the receiver spot. You know, the cards are allowing, things to happen to the receivers. So why don't the Cowboys just exploit that? That's my take on this.
Sure. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can get back on the screen because reading this off my phone is hurting my neck. Oliver, thank you. Absolutely. JD, would you consider Elijah Moore over Pittman and Gallup?
No, I wouldn't.
It's risky.
If Carson Wentz is in, I think Pittman's the clear choice here. If Wentz is out, it's tough because I feel like we're talking a lot about Elijah Moore and everything. If he comes back, maybe it's going to be the same he was. But Braxton Berrios is being used a ton in this offense. He's seeing a healthy volume, and I think the Jets like him too.
I think Pittman and Gallup are just safer. Maybe if Wentz doesn't play, you sit Pittman here. Let's see here. Alberna, will Elijah Mitchell be on the pitch count when we get his full touches? I guess that's kind of the question to answer. Yeah, which I don't think we know. But I won't be surprised if he's on a pitch count because this is a very winnable game for the Niners, and this is a very bad run defense and a bad defense overall. So I won't be surprised if, I don't want to make this scenario and put this in our brains, but can't you see a scenario where Wilson and Mitchell split time? This
I could, and if that's the case too, I think that's even more of a reason to fade Mitchell because in the past, when we looked at Wilson's career, he has been used as a red zone back. So if you're taking that away too from Mitchell, and he's got a banged up knee, which is like the worst thing for a running back to have. It's just like that scares me big time. And that's why I don't have the cojones to put him in.
The cojones.
Yeah. The cojones.
Jerry, I want to see Steven do a handstand. I'm about to make a bunch of bot channels. I think if we encourage you to make bot channels, it's probably frowned upon. So no bot channels. That's no.
YouTube. We'll get it organically. The Catch Fam is out here tonight.
We're not promoting bots, YouTube. Okay. Ryan, but thanks, Jerry. We appreciate the sentiment, of course. Ryan, do you think Najee, Swift, JJ go in the first round next year? First or second for sure. I mean, it depends on how big the league is, right? If it's an 8-man league, probably not. If it's a 14-man league, probably, Jerry, check the notification. Ronald, and I'm back. We were just talking about you, Ronald. What's up, bro?
Make the new team name, Jerry.
Jerry,
wait, how do you put the smiley face in there? That's pretty cool.
It's always the little things that get Steven excited. Jerry at Ronald, if they reach 700 subs tonight, Steven's doing a hand on the stream. Tell your friends, tell your family.
Tell your sister to get on now.
Evan, DJ Moore, Ayuk, or Cooks. What's up, Evan? I go Cooks if he's healthy.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
JD, I'm having a weirdly hard time choosing between Greg the Leg or Bucker.
I understand that. I mean, they're both good options. I think what you got to look at is with the Chiefs, there's COVID uncertainty, even at the kicker spot. So, and if he does come back, he's coming off of the COVID list. So that maybe adds a little bit of comfort to you for my recommendation with Greg the Leg. But both are good options.
Sure. If CH plays, are we starting him as an RB2? I'd say he's closer to flex just because he's been banged up.
Yeah.
And Williams can get involved at any time. So I'll say flex.
Yeah.
Adam, out of the two, Hurts with a hamstring injury or Schultz? If Hurts is cleared, who's the start? Out of the Hurts.
Ertz. I think that confused me too. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, what the hell happened?
Ertz is the better start. Arizona's best team in the league against opposing tight ends. So
yeah.
Schultz is a okay start. He's top 5 on the season. He's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated. He can always pop off. Dak likes him. They've got design plays in the red zone for the tight end position. I mean, Jarwin's seen some of those throughout the season too, but I'll lean Ertz here. I'll lean Ertz. Kyle, yo, what's up, Kyle? Evan, Mitchell if he plays or Josh Jacobs? Mitchell if he plays for sure. If not, Jacobs is a safe enough floor if you don't have better options. Kyle, I ain't got much fantasy questions now that I'm out, but I'll still check in. What's up, Kyle? We appreciate that, man. And guys, for those of you, already eliminated or, hey, don't forget, always fight for the best seeding in your league. But outside of that, we have plenty of content, not fantasy related, coming your guys' way. And as the postseason draws nearer, as fantasy starts to fade, we'll have plenty of NFL debate and content, postseason debate, all that good stuff, reactions, news, all that good stuff. So, and we'll have plenty of, interactive times for you guys to come out in the community to connect as well. So we appreciate you coming out, Kyle. And don't be afraid to check in. We appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah.
Patrick, I know my lineup is good, but my bench makes more points than my lineup usually. My opponent has Brady, Kamara, Taylor, Adams, Cup, Waddle, Knox, and Philly defense.
A lot of good options there.
Whoa.
Oh, my.
Ronald, the guy I'm playing in the championship got like 6 waiver claims, but I got Singletary because he guessed I would pick Boston Scott, but I guessed that he would guess that. I would guess that.
I was like, bro, okay, you play, I can play.
Yeah. Ronald, you're not trusting the. So wait, Ronald, you're trusting a Bills running back
over an Eagle?
Well, I know you don't trust the Eagles, but I know you don't trust the Bills. Who do you trust more? Is it the Bills? Never trust a Bills running back is your motto.
His name is comment is hilarious.
It's take no prisoners, so I changed my name to I take prisoners. Fair enough. Stober, if Lamar doesn't go, should I start Huntley, Mills, Hill, Goff, or anyone else?
Hill for me. I think that's kind of the name being lost in the sauce over
Yeah,
the past week. If there's no COVID issues, Taysom Hill is a fantastic start.
back on the Hill grind, huh?
Yeah, I mean, can you blame me? The dude is a beast
I don't blame you.
for
I don't blame you.
fantasy, not for real life, but yeah.
Ronald, I am playing keep away, but I would play Singletary for Barkley this week. Yeah, it's a great matchup this week. I'm just yanking your chain, bro. But it's a great matchup this week. YRR. I thought Wentz was already out. Someone said the Colts were trying to see if Philip Rivers was available. So they changed the protocols yesterday. If you're unvaccinated, you test positive. Before yesterday, you had 10 days. You had to be quarantined, and you had to test negative after. Now it's been cut to 5 days. So as long as he tests negative on Sunday, he can play.
Yep.
He's got the exact amount of days he needs. In terms of Philip, yeah, in terms of Philip Rivers, that would just be absolutely crazy. Steven had brought that up too. Wentz can play, technically speaking. Jerry, Ronald's all over the place. Ronald is, he's a man of his word. We shall not question Ronald. Evan got 2 leagues in the ship thanks to you guys. Let's go, Evan. Got one more question, though. As a flex play, Higgins, Sony, Michelle, Waddle, Mitchell, Penny, St. Brown. Waddle.
Wow.
Penny or Higgins or Michelle.
Just everybody there. Man, I really do lean Waddle here. I think he's just in for a massive game. And then, Sony Michelle and Penny are 2 guys that I like a lot at the RB spot. So if this is full PPR, I think Waddle gets the nod for sure. And then if it's standard Penny, half PPR, I think Sony Michelle too.
Fair enough. Ronald, Javante still knocked out, Singletary and Swift and Rojo. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Good matchups, bro. Patrick, should I pick up Lance or continue to play Hurts? I would play Hurts. I'd play Hurts. Yeah. You know the floor better. I'd play Hurts. Fam first, rate my team: Dak, Mixon, Cook, AB, Diggs, Rojo, Bears, D, Greg, Joseph. Should I sub in Cooks or McLaurin?
No,
your team looks good, bro.
Yeah, team's very good. I'd give that a solid A going into the championship for sure.
Steven was going to give you a lower grade before he heard my answers.
Yeah, I was going to give you an A+ actually, and then I remember John said people don't deserve A+ unless it's me because I'm the best, and I was like, dude, you're the worst, bro. You're the worst.
Okay. Okay. Fam first, should I play Rams D over the Bears?
No is the short of it, but the long of it is let's see what the quarterback situation pans out in Baltimore. If it ends up being Josh Johnson, I think you can.
Ronald, they're just trying to fuck with my Eagles pick. The ginger better not cost us a first round pick. Evan, am I right to play Ronald Jones over those running backs that I listed? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Matchups phenomenal, of course. JD, boys, final thoughts on Pittman, even if Wentz plays, or Gallup?
If Wentz is out, Gallup. If Wentz is in, Pittman.
Sure, I'm good at that. Ronald, for sure, Rojo versus the Jets is like a must start. Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
It's like if I were playing, you would obviously start me because I'm 5'4.5", 5'5".
A lot of confidence coming from Steven tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal in a small package.
Yeah. TX Ninja, what's good? What's up, bro? If Wentz plays, then Pittman. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely. What's up, Ronald? Ronald, how are you feeling, man? Going into week 17, how's it feel? That's the other reason I got to wear this jersey every day because it's week 17.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. Bought this jersey at the.
Oh my gosh! Go fuck yourself.
Went to the Bills store, drove there.
You went to their stadium and you were like, "Yo, Josh, I'm gonna need a jersey, brother, for the catch."
Yeah, he gave me one. Fam first. I have Ertz also. Should I start Seals Jones over him in A plus matchup? Thanks, fellas. No,
No, keep Ertz.
he's had A plus matchups earlier in
Yeah.
the past couple weeks, and it's a no for me. Go Ertz. Ronald, you're a small big deal.
I
Nice.
like that. I like that.
Kyle Robinson was a dream play last week against the Jets. What could have been? What could have been, brother?
What could have been for his whole season? And man, that might be the end of Robinson too, right? Who knows what's gonna happen next year? ETN there.
They should just trade him, man. Let him go to a
Yeah.
team that he can be utilized
You know
on.
who he reminds me of? Alfred Morris. I feel like that's
Sure.
not a nice thing to say, but remember
Morris
when
is good.
Alfred Morris was getting it done for the Washington Redskins before they turned football team, and he was a badass for them.
Yeah, Morris is great, dude.
And then rookie contract ended, and it was over.
He went to the Cowboys.
He just became a journeyman. But
Good and
I
bad.
feel like they're very similar players. They're just low draft pick running backs that lack, elite breakaway speed, but are really good backs. It's funny. I don't know.
JD Edmonds over Penny. I think so, only if Connor is out. I lean Penny. I like that matchup for Penny more. Yeah, I'll lean Penny.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna start Edmonds over Penny, I think you only do it if Connor's for sure out. Ryan May, Swift or Javante in Dynasty?
That's a fantastic question. That's a
good
fantastic
one.
question.
It's a good one.
Woo! I'd probably lean Javante here, because I said it coming into the season, and I know you agreed with me, John, but Swift has had injuries. He's not been a consistently healthy back, smaller frame type of back too, and he's also placed in Detroit. We saw how elite this guy is, though. I mean, super elite dude. But at the end of the day, Javante Williams, when he gets this full backfield, I mean, this is going to be one of the best backs in the league. And I saw a post recently that came out about what team would you want to rebuild with right now. The Broncos are probably the best established team right now in terms of salary cap, draft capital, and existing roster. I mean, if they land a guy like an A-Rod too, I mean, you need to think about all these different scenarios when you've got a dynasty situation like that. And I'm taking any team over Detroit.
Fair enough. I think I'll lean Javante too. Why not? I've been on the Javante train all season.
Yeah.
Ronald, I have a ton of vintage jerseys like Mitchell and Ness stuff, but I find it so hard to wear non-Philadelphia stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's your favorite jersey you have? Curious.
Favorite jersey you have, Ronald?
Yep.
TX Ninja, thoughts on Patterson? I'm nervous about playing him. It's fair to be nervous. He's a great flex, though. He's a great flex. We know the ceiling there. So I wouldn't worry too much. It's a steep matchup, but he gets it done through the air too, JD, Michael Carter over CH, Pollard and Gordon. I would maybe put Gordon over him, but I like Carter's volume from what we saw last week.
Yeah, I would lean Gordon.
Kyle, he has so much promise. Just put him on a good team. Yeah, hand him the football. He gets it done. Ronald, at this point, the last week every team is stacked, so it's just you sit the lineup and wait. I like that it's one day this year, though, so like it's just one epic day. Yeah. Let's see here. Ryan, send J-Rob to the Bills or Miami? Sure, why not? Kyle, Carter's a terrible matchup this week. It's not the best, but he'd have a great matchup. Well, he did actually have a pretty good matchup last
night. Fantastic, actually.
Yeah, he did. The volume was really good, is the point, though. The volume is really good. So, and here's the thing. Yeah, it's a bad matchup on paper, but you could see some significant garbage time in this game, right?
That's what I'm thinking, too.
David, Jacobs, Williams, Melvin Gordon need one for flex, starting Mixon and Harris.
I kind of like Williams here if CH is out.
CH is out, go Williams. If not, take Gordon's matchup.
Yeah.
Jerry, if Steven was in the NFL, he'd be the player that has been on 10 teams in 8 seasons.
Oh, that's pretty good. Low key, man. At least I'm on 10 for 8, not 10 for 10.
Yeah, that's true. Ronald, the worst I can do is second second, fourth, so it's all house money. Going to be a good year regardless. Let's go, Ronald.
Hit it.
Kudos to you, bro. Stover, someone in my league has like 5 quarterbacks rostered. If you're gonna do it, this is the time of year to do it, especially if your your opponent's quarterback is in shambles for any reason. Let's see. They were till they signed 20 people. Stober, what do you guys think of Cooks this week?
I like him a lot. I like him a lot this week. Look back at what he was doing before COVID. He's been a very good player for this Texans team. Davis Mills is a good quarterback, and San Francisco's pretty weak against the receiver position.
Yeah. Ronald, vintage Super Bowl Mitchell and Ness, Jerry Rice, red with white numbers.
Oh, that's filthy. That literally is my dream jersey, and I've never gotten it. And I'm very upset about it.
Better call Santa next year, bro.
Dude, Santa brought me. All right, so this is. I feel kind of bad about saying this in case she's listening, but my mom one year they were making these jerseys back in the day where they had both the home and away color split, and so the jersey was like split. You remember those? They did it for like a year or two, and then they realized nobody likes them. And Jerry Rice was like my all-time jersey I wanted, right? One of my favorite players. And the one time I get it, it's that one. I feel so like I'm over here bitching about getting a jersey, but I sent it back in exchange for Cooper Cup. Paid out in spades.
Okay. I'm not going to comment on this matter. But okay, fair enough. Fair
those
score.
Jerseys. Do you remember those jerseys? I at least
I mean they're not great, but
they're not the best. They're not the best.
Yeah. Okay. What teams do you guys cheer for? The Colts, bro. The Colts.
Yep.
Go Colts and go Washington. And go Denver and go Bills.
Go Dallas, go Houston,
Washington Nationals, Washington Capitals.
Let's go cricket sport. I love the sport of cricket. That's another
Ryan. We have some trust issues with Peyton Manning and teams and teams being bad. Stober, let's get a D Catch Fantasy League next season. We will have that happen next season for sure. Well, we haven't really. I have no idea how we're gonna. I don't know.
The logistics of that for sure are gonna be. Yeah. It'll happen. It's gonna happen, but that'll definitely be something we'll be talking about over the season in terms of or the off season, in terms of how we want to roll it out. And
I think I'm just gonna have to manage like 3 leagues.
Dude, you are the best commissioner to ever do it. I mean, honestly, bro, we should send your resume to Roger Goodell and be like, you need to step down. Like, John needs to take over as commissioner of the NFL. I just think you would be better. You'd be more efficient.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I would take a fourth of his salary happily. Paul Miller, Everett or Andrews? I mean, Andrews been fired all season, but the Ravens are a mess at quarterback playing the Rams. Andrews.
Do not bench Andrews.
You can't. You just can't, Paul. The ceiling is too. He's number one on this. You can't. I get what you're saying, but he's done it with all 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's just done it with every quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, think about how many people potentially benchmark Andrews over the last 3 weeks and didn't make it to the playoffs or lost in the playoffs because of that. With this same mindset, you just can't. I get it. You're gonna be angry if it doesn't work out this way. But you just can't because he's already proven that he can do it regardless of the quarterback play.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ronald. Oh, wait. Tampa Bay is great between the tackles between week 2 passing back. So Coleman is deficit, but Carter's a high-end flex. Yeah, I like Carter this week. Patrick, I still have a Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, Warren Moon jersey. They're now 20 years old. Holy cow.
Oh, dude, that Warren Moon jersey is bad.
Yeah, it's
a lot of respect on that jersey.
Jerry, we're actually in the Catch Fam League Championship right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. We did a mid-season draft this year and everything.
I've never done that either, dude. I've never done that. That was intense, bro.
Mid-season drafting is kind of fun.
It's fun, but it's also like a whole new challenge.
I realized one thing, right? Like you look at my team, I drafted guys who were like at their peak in like week 7.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys started to
Just
trend.
tanked. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you got Hunt when he was a top 5 back.
yeah. So I
Never
think
played again. Never played again.
that's an that's an interesting dynamic of doing a midseason draft. Shout out to Jerry and Spence in the Catch Fam championship, and Steven being last place. Kyle, have any of you guys been skiing before? I'm going the first time tomorrow. Kyle, I don't know if you can fully see me, but I am definitely not the skiing type of man.
I
I
I will agree with what John's saying there. Although, dude, we should go skiing or snowboarding sometime. That'd be
no,
fun.
no, I
That'd be
will
fun.
never
I could
ski.
see you getting so pissed off at the little kids around you too. You'd be on the green slope, like learning, and like these little kids would be like falling around you, and you'd be like, "You little piece of shit, get out of here!"
Dude, I love kids. What are you
I know
talking
you
about?
do, but dude, that's how I am. When I see a kid, bro, and they're knocking me down, I get so angry, dude, because they're so low to the ground. They're even lower than me, and they take out your knees, and you just go flying. So watch out for that, Kyle. Watch out for the little kids. That is my advice to you.
I feel like this is like a Always Sunny episode or something. All right. TX, Rojo's my flex. KJ or Deontay Johnson, full PPR. Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Jerry, shout out to Jane Scott. Shout out Jane. Jerry, how you guys feeling on Sony and Rojo? Love them both, bro.
Love them
I do.
both. Love them both. Wish I could hang out with them.
Yeah. Spencer, I dibs a spot. Let me run a league. If you're in the Catch Fam league this current year and you want to play again, you're grandfathered in. That is the only thing we know for sure. Kyle, I got a vintage Barry Sanders jersey for Christmas. That is awesome.
That's badass.
Yeah. You guys don't understand. The jersey talk really hits a specific special nerve in Steven. So
I am like a mad collector of jerseys.
how many jerseys do you have? Don't be
I
modest.
really don't know, and I feel like I should definitely over the off season.
We need to do a video on it, dude.
I'm gonna do a video on it, and I'm gonna talk about each of the jerseys, like each of the players, because I've got some guys that like make no sense, like Steve Slayton for the Houston Texans, and those are my favorite jerseys. The ones that just like once you buy them, they're instantly like, who are these people? Like those are my favorite. Josh Freeman for Tampa Bay back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, I love those guys.
You got to start wearing some of your off jerseys.
I know. I was doing that a lot in the first, the must start videos when they first started up. I'd wear some of the old jerseys that I had, or some of the really just random ass jerseys, and then I would break it down a little bit of detail. But I think that's a great off season video. Just kind of digging in deep on those.
Those were the good old days, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
David, should I flex Williams over Jacobs and Gordon starting Showtime and Kelsey? Thanks again. Of course, man. It's a lot of firepower from the Chiefs, but if CH is out, yes. If not, I would go Jacobs or Gordon. Jacobs safer floor, Gordon more upside. Jerry Andrews has been my locked in tight end one all season long. Yeah. He's never been taken off that spot for good reasoning too, right? John Edwards, what's up, guys? Javonte Williams or Swift, have a wonderful, blessed evening. Right back at you, John. I think Williams safer floor, Swift maybe higher upside, but Swift.
I'm very scared to start Swift this week.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of in between with Swift. I think he gets you under 10 points, or he just has a massive game.
And here's the other thing too. Every week, we're hearing the same report. Oh yeah, he'll be there. And then every week, it's like, yeah, we're not seeing that out of Swift. And so it's like I'm just not too convinced we're even going to see a Swift that's even seeing decent volume.
Sure. Jerry, I prefer the midseason draft. Makes things a little more interesting when you know who's playing well. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We should do another
a little midseason. Yeah.
Yeah. Have one of the leagues will be midseason only. TX Ninja, even with Big Ben struggling, I think Deontay's a safe play still. He's played fine even through Big Ben struggles. It's a good matchup too.
He's kind of safe from the Big Ben struggles because it's just Big Ben catches it, he just throws it directly to Deontay, and that's how he gets 15 targets and 12 catches a game. I mean, it's a very simple offense.
Paul, I don't get why Cam Akers has come back so early. Most people don't come back from that kind of injury for at least 10 to 12 months. I'm tempted to start him with losing J-Rob. I do have Howard.
Do not start Cam Akers.
it's too risky. It is. It really is,
100%.
man.
Dude, I
It's just
tore
too
my
risky.
Achilles, bro. I tore my Achilles, and that shit. Okay, obviously he's a completely different human being and has a lot more capabilities and technology around him, but I don't know how he recovered from that injury. And that is ridiculous that he's back. But do not start him this week.
Is anyone out there saying to start Cam Akers?
Yeah, I feel like people are. He's a very attractive name to have.
I think it's too risky. Who else do you have outside of Howard after losing J. Rob? It's a tough position to be in, though. Let's see here. Jerry, I can't believe I was able to pick up Sony and Rojo. I thought I was done when Fournette and Connor went down. Yeah, that's a phenomenal bounce back, dude.
Yeah.
The team's kind of insane right now. Kyle, I gotta get up early tomorrow, but I'll try to tune in for the rest of the week. All right. We appreciate you, bro. We will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks, Kyle.
Peace,
Talk to you
Kyle.
later, bro.
Hey, enjoy skiing, man. Enjoy skiing.
Yeah, get some rest, man. Ronald, the jersey I actually wear the most is my Reeboks On-Field Authentic 2000 Black Brian Westbrook and Brian Dawkins. Yeah, dude, that Brian Dawkins jersey is fresh.
Remember the story of his kid knocking me out, basically, back when I lived in Denver. So his kid hits really hard too.
Yeah, Steven has a football story, Brian Dawkins' kid, which is Steven's claim to fame. I forgot that was in one of your must start
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, we're back in my football days training. We were at it was a Lifetime gym, and I was training and went onto the turf field that they had, and the guy I was with knew that that was Brian Dawkins. Went over to him, who at the time Brian was training his son, who played high school ball in the local area. We lined up to run routes against each other. He originally was playing off coverage, and at the last second came up, played man press. And this dude, I mean, back then I was lifting weights a little bit more. This dude put his hand through my soul, grabbed my heart, and ate it like a madman, and then put it back on my chest. I mean, I have never been hit that hard in my life, dude. Let's just say that hit power stays.
I mean, he better have. He's Brian Dawkins' son,
Jeez, man.
Shout out Brian Dawkins if you ever want to join, catch and
yeah,
little interview. We'd be happy to have you or your son as well.
Yeah.
Ronald, I think Swift is going to be great this week. Yeah, like I'm saying, I don't think there's really any in between. It's just I don't know if you guys agree with this. I'm trying to avoid boomer bust in the championship. Trying to look for safe floors.
Unless you need it, and your matchup is the guy who's projected 20 plus more points or something.
Sure. Paul, I can't wear another man's name on a jersey of any sport unless they're 10 years older than me. I'm 35, so I got a lot of good options.
Tom Brady.
Sure. TX, appreciate you, TX. No problem. Ronald, he hasn't come back to injury. He has to be on active roster for 3 games to get credit for the year. He's not there to play as a favor for the team is doing for him. I've heard that as well. It's years towards his pension. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more risky, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's weird
really
because,
cool of them too.
Yeah, it's also weird because Henderson goes down, but I think it's just too risky, and I think that fact makes it worse too. But yeah. Good for the Rams. Thoughts on Hunter Henry this week? You can always take a gamble on Hunter Henry. Is he touchdown dependent? Yeah.
Juicy matchup.
It's a good matchup, and most tight ends are touchdown dependent, right?
Yeah.
Paul Miller, I have Gore available in waivers deep league, bro. I would go Howard if he doesn't. Maybe Vaughn. Yeah, I would go Vaughn if Howard doesn't play over Gore or Akers.
I think Vaughn's an interesting player here because we saw him get the work last week, right? He got some touches and he played extremely well with those touches. And I think Rojo's going to see a ton of volume, but against the Jets, there's going to be garbage time. I think both these backs could be used. And bro, I mean, also, if Rojo fumbles one time, this is Keyshawn Vaughn the entire day, dude. Like,
that's true.
I don't mind Keyshawn Vaughn here.
Sure. Yeah, I like Vaughn with a little potential boom there in a 14-man league.
Yeah.
Team cannot openly say he's injured if they have him on the roster. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. John Edwards, one more, guys. I am thinking of throwing Lance in for Russell Wilson. I'm going for the championship. Just have that gut feeling. What do you guys think? I say trust your gut, man.
Yeah. I like your gut here too, because Russell Wilson has been right, to say the least. But I feel like we're reading a lot into this Detroit matchup, and I think Trey Lance he's a solid option this week against Houston.
I have Wilson in mine Stevens league, and I was
What?
thinking about dropping him for Lance.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's so you ended up not doing it, or is that something you're still thinking about?
I'm still thinking about it. I technically had a waiver in for Lance if I didn't get whoever I got today. He was like my last free option. I got lucky because I got a COVID player and I got to drop James Robinson, so I got 2 free
It's always a
players.
good thing to get
Yeah,
COVID on this week, and then you can kind of still play
and
around a little bit.
it's not. I didn't need my who was it? Kendrick Bourne got no. It was Josh Reynolds got COVID. I'm like I didn't really
Yeah.
need him anyway, so that was nice. But I picked up Dare Brookwake and
Yeah.
Boston Scott, so I don't really
I
feel
saw that.
great.
I saw you
Yeah,
pick him up.
I don't really feel great about that. Just trying to take away any competitive edge from my constituent, my
Yeah.
enemy, my nemesis, Colin.
Who are you playing against, Colin?
Yeah, my nemesis.
Yes, that's where you're going after the running back spot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald, I had the vintage throwback red Tom Brady jersey. Had to give it away when they played the Eagles in the Super Bowl the first time. I don't blame
That
you.
is so sick, dude. That's Marcus has that jersey, and I've
Yeah.
always thought it's like the coolest Patriots jersry.
That's a cool jersey. Jerry, we've gotten a lot of rain recently. It's been really nice and relaxing. Yeah, it's got a little bit today as well. Kind of killed my mood. I always get sore when it rains.
When it rains, I get very groggy and tired.
I was super groggy today.
Yeah. It really messes with my fog. But like if it's nighttime and it rains, it's beautiful. It's just like I'm out, dude. I'm asleep like a baby.
Yeah. Jerry, do you think Stafford sits the big end, or does he have a Hall of Fame comeback game? Paul says Stafford is fired this week. I like Stafford this week as well.
I like Stafford too this week. I expect him to bounce back.
Yeah. All right, boys, we'll go ahead and start winding down the stream over the next 5 minutes. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you did tune in, you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button. If you guys have any final questions, we got about 4 to 5 minutes here. Got about 4 or 5 minutes with you. We don't know that song.
Lost 4 or 5 viewers.
No, 4 or 5 minutes. That's all I know.
What song is this, John? Because
you don't know that song?
No.
I got about 4 or 5 minutes.
Dude,
Dude, look it up. Isn't it like Rihanna? Bro, you know that song.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Well, you're butchering this song. Oh, isn't it Kanye?
Is he in there?
I think it is. Yes, it is Kanye and Rihanna, and it's actually a fantastic song.
There you go. We figured it out.
Yeah,
figured it out.
Now I'm putting this together.
Figured it out. So must start receivers will drop after the stream. Make sure you guys go check that out. Leave a like, leave a comment. Guys, we're on pace. We will beat our best performing video of all time, which was last week. We might beat the number tonight. It already has over 3,000 views. Stevens must start week 17. Defenses.
Mm-hmm.
On pace.
Take a peek if you have not already taken a peek and leave some comments.
I mean, Stevens got over 3,000 views, on pace for like 6,000 views. He's got 85 comments, 51 likes. Go drop a like and comment. Go. If you guys haven't dropped a comment on the must start defense video, go drop a comment with what defense you are starting this week or your favorite type of cheese, whatever it is. It helps give it that little boost in the algorithm, man. Thank you guys. Like I said, last week was one of our best performing weeks of all time on the channel. Right up there with our mock draft days when we first started the channel, where we had some really good weeks in the summer. Yesterday was our best performing day of all time.
Yep. And that has all to do with you guys too. Literally could not have done this without you guys.
Yeah.
And hey, let's keep getting more and more to the Catch fam. Let's get this community popping. Let's get this community bigger. Man, too, I'm so excited to start talking about the direction of this channel over the next couple months too in the off season. So, after John and I kind of talk about what we're looking at, I mean, I think we're going to also kind of just spend some time letting you guys know that too and getting your ideas about what we do, because this is not just a creative process on our end. It is also a creative process on your end and getting your feedback about the type of content you want to see, right? Because, obviously we do a lot of football, but We got a lot of other interests, a lot of other shit that we know you guys love to hear too. So yeah, man, just pumped for the future and extremely grateful for what's going on right now.
Yeah. Jerry, can we get a Steven handstand before you leave? We'll have to save it, man.
Yep, gotta save it.
Next stream Steven's on, once we've hit 700, he owes you guys a handstand.
Handstand for sure. Jerry, call
Let's
me out on it too. Let me know.
Let's cap the night. Simon for president. What's up, bro? Hey, Catch fam. Deciding between three wide receivers need two. Allen, St. Brown, AJ Brown. Thanks, fellas. Worried about Allen. Fair enough. Paul says St. Brown and AJ Brown. I go AJ Brown for sure. It's really a toss-up between Allen and St. Brown. I think St. Brown offers a little bit higher of a floor, but Allen's been very consistent even in tough matchups. So
Yeah.
still a safe floor with Allen. So it's a good position to be in regardless. So yeah. All right, guys, hit that like button on the way out. If you guys watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments, questions, concerns down below. Make sure you guys got the notification bell on so you never miss any uploads or streams. We appreciate you guys. Hit that sub button. Join the Catch fam if you are already not a member. Just appreciate you guys. A great stream tonight. You guys kept it popping all night long. Great fantasy Q&A. Great discussion tonight. Really do appreciate you guys just continuing to come out and supporting the channel night and day. I mean, we just appreciate you guys, man. And yeah, well, I'll be on tomorrow. I don't think Steven will be because he doesn't really like you guys as much as I do. But
What time are you on tomorrow?
I can be on any time. I mean, you know me.
Okay.
Super.
Let me figure that out. There might be a chance I can jump on. So
and maybe I mean tomorrow we'll on the path we're on we'll hit 700. So maybe we'll get a handstand.
I might be able to at least make an appearance along, depending on the time too. So
well, look at that, boys.
I might be in commute for the week.
Look at that, boys.
Yeah,
we convinced him. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, because we got Jerry and Ronald down here holding me accountable. So,
yeah.
Got to listen to the truthers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Must Start Receivers dropping shortly after stream. Make sure you guys go check that out. Go drop a like. Go drop a comment. Go check out Must Start Kickers. Must Start Defenses. Drop a like. Drop a comment. Let's try, guys. Let's try and get that thing going crazy. All right. Ronald, no one looks cool doing a handstand. Good note to end the stream. Appreciate you guys. Steven, you want to say goodbye?
Hey, just love you guys and appreciate the support. Definitely check out that receiver must start video and let me know about what your situations are too at the receiver's position.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hit the sub button, hit the like button. Appreciate you, Catch fam. You guys are the best. Love you guys. Got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And peace.
Peace.
I got to hit the end stream button. There we go, boys.